Do you have tight hip flexors? Most people with tight hip flexors are really actually missing a strength component to their hip flexors. And so when you start doing the right strengthening exercises, they actually release. And your brain might not necessarily tell you that strength is what you need. But let's explore this together. Come into any position or exercise where you feel your hip flexors being tight. Here's putting on a shoe. That's common to feel that there. Here's a squat. It's common to feel your hip flexors tight here. And this is a side sitting double L. And just notice. So the first exercise we're going to do, we're going to start an egg. And we're going to kick this knee toward the shoulder. And you want your hip flexors to work here to do that work. Repeat this about 8 times on each side. Now we'll take the knees together, lying down, and push your heels apart, but keep your knees together. Push them apart more and then push them apart the most. Hold for a nice long inhale, then put them together and relax to the floor. Here is the variation with blocks. This just takes it up a notch, or let's say 2 notches. Behind the heart and behind the head. And repeat the same exercise. Knees stay together, heels press apart more, heels press apart the most. Stop for an inhale. And then relax. Put your back of the pelvis and your shoulder blades all flush up against the wall. Make sure they touch and lift your leg. This is another variation of the same thing, but you've got to make sure that your shoulder blades and hips are touching. And then once you do enough of that, come back to these positions where you feel your hip flexors being tight and notice, what's that feel like now? Let me know in the comments. Because hip flexors are so important to your posture, you want to make sure your hip flexors stay strong throughout your whole life. And if you do want more about hip flexors, more exercises, and information, you're welcome to click my link. Follow me as a patron.